Word up, looks like we're live. Welcome everybody, and thank you so much for tuning in again. We're in my beautiful hometown of Niagara Falls, Canada. So thank you Georgia Bulldogs, Jaden, and Zelda Master John for coming in early. Always appreciate you guys supporting. You guys are with me all the time, so thank you very much for that. Do you mind checking? It looks like we're live and going. My other phone doesn't want to connect. I finally got it to work, guys. Streamlabs mobile is happening right now, and I'm joined by the beautiful Kristen and Kira Welton. We don't know what the plan is for today. They are here to do some filming, but they might do their own thing while I go off wandering and this and that, so we'll see. Look at the mist coming off of this thing today. This is crazy. I never cease to be amazed. But for those of you who were with me a couple weeks ago, I went out at night. No matter how many times Kristen tells me that it's just the mist, I still thought it was raining because it felt like it. So this stuff is just flying.
You're and I are going to set up over here.
Okay. You can see the water. Love you. There, you can see the water on parts of the ground and this and that where the mist like falls and this and that. It just doesn't ever quite dry. Just gonna park here for a second and I'll catch up with the chat. I got my other Wi-Fi phone. Look at the force of this water. I know I say it all the time for those of you who see me do this before, but still always mesmerized by Niagara Falls. If you can imagine the way that I'm trying to get this done, I've got my filming phone giving a hotspot to an extra that I've got here just to use the chat. And it doesn't want to work perfectly for me, but Jeff, Do It All Ceilings in the house, thank you. My screen's so small, you guys hear me complain about this all the time. I can't see how many people we've got or anything like that, but I will appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up if you haven't already. I know if you're on a phone, you've got to shut the chat off to do it. You don't lose your place, it only takes a second, but I'll appreciate it if you do. It helps the stream, helps more people find us and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna get walking in a little couple minutes here. We'll get all the way over to the American Falls, which you can see way over there, and the Rainbow Bridge off in the distance. But isn't this something? That's weird. We've got lots of clouds over here, but if they move a little bit, we might get some sun, and hopefully we'll get some rainbows. Usually it looks like they follow me around. Have any luck with my other phone here, so it's going to be really difficult for me to keep up with the chat today. I almost can't do it at all, so you have to forgive me for that. Kristen's setting up. I don't know what exactly she has planned. She just put a video out that's filming some of the stuff off in the distance over there, actually. When we come here, we come down the street that's behind that line of trees on the right, and Kristen made her way somewhere from here to there and filmed. Found my sunglasses that I thought I left here a long time ago. They were just in the truck. They fell on the floor. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your Wi-Fi connection, please. My kingdom for a Wi-Fi connection. Alright, let's get moving. Maybe I'll be lucky and it'll actually magically start working somehow. Lots of people out today. I do have a mask on me if I need it, if I feel like going in anywhere. The reason I come down here on Fridays and Mondays typically instead of on the weekend is it's so much less busy, as you can imagine. So it's very easy to social distance and stay 6 feet apart from everybody. It's really not that busy, as you can see. There's always people here. Lots of selfies, lots of videos, things like that. This is Table Rock. They've got souvenir shops and restaurant and things like that in there. Haven't been in yet. Matter of fact, I may have never been in yet. Perhaps I'll get in there eventually. Just gonna see if I can find a little empty spot here. We can get a really good look at the falls. We got these signs around, so I'll be careful. Forgive me, for those of you who've seen this before on my live streams, you know I say the same thing all the time, but I'm just amazed by the sheer force of this water. It's been falling for basically ever, right? Yet it just keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. I forget how much the water chips away at the stone. I think it's 6 inches a year or something like that. So the falls actually like change. That's nature doing its work, of course. Pardon me. The boats are out. Of course, I can't tell which is which, but I'm assuming that's Hornblower. Oh, here's Maid of the Mist. Check it out. Right in front of us there. That boat has been featured, I don't know how many TV shows, movies, and stuff like that. Even The Office, which I'm a huge fan of. I don't want to spoil it, but there's a scene, for those of you who haven't caught up with The Office in the last 10 years, there's a scene on Maid of the Mist, but look at that, eh? If I ever get over to the American side and see what they've got going on over there, maybe we'll get a chance to go on there. In Canada, we have the Hornblower, which is, I'm assuming, these boats with the red raincoats and things like that, but wouldn't like to swim in that, eh? Maid of the Mist has its own Wi-Fi connection. Can you see that? I don't know if you guys can see that. I wish I could catch theirs. I can't catch my own phone in my pocket 1 foot away from me. But that's all right. Oh, they got these things all over the place too, that you can have a really good look. Of course, I'll never get the lenses to match up, so you'll have to come here to see that. Niagara Falls is obviously like just a wonderful place. I made a mistake. It's actually not one of the 7 wonders of the world. They list it as one of the 7 wonders of Canada. I had always thought that it was one of the 7 wonders of the world, but that's just my mistake. Those of us who live close enough might think that, I suppose. Trying desperately to see who's all in the chat. Havard, I see you there. Thank you. PA, thanks for coming in. Just been hanging out a while. Is that the Positive Mukbanger? Kristen told me you changed your name and I hadn't seen it yet. Positive Pusher, yes. You'll have to forgive me. I know this sounds ridiculous, but the phone that I'm using is an original iPhone SE, and it's only a 4-inch screen. My vision is not what it once was, and today I'm finally using the Streamlabs mobile app. I got it to work. I had to reset it like 5 times, but it finally connected. Oh, we've got a €5 super chat. Thank you very much. Charity, is that, am I reading that even close to right? Thank you for that. Not necessary, but very much appreciated, of course. As I continue saying what I'm talking about here, I can't for the life of me read. The text on the screen is just too small for my vision. I will get glasses. I should have had that done a long time ago. Maybe I'll get you to just bear with me if you can. I wonder if there's any chance I can pick up an internet connection here for a second. If I can just get an internet connection with my other phone, and forgive me for going on and on and on about it, but then I can hop into the chat and maybe have a better look. There's Hornblower. Now, I haven't been on that yet, but I certainly want to go. And like I said, they got red raincoats. There's the Canadian flags flying all over it and everything. Guys who sail these boots really know what they're doing. Hornblower's got their own Wi-Fi on there too. Maid of the Mist is the stronger connection even from here, and they're all the way back at the dock almost. See if I can catch Maid of the Mist. No. I don't want to wreck my stream. If I shut Streamlabs off and try to see what's wrong with my phone, why it's not giving the hotspot, I'll probably lose it. Maybe I can I'll just go back to Table Rock for a second and see if there's a Wi-Fi there. And I'll just ask you to bear with me. That's why I'm not catching up with the chat. That's why I'm not doing a good job. Apparently there's free Wi-Fi on Clifton Hill too. I'm not going to plan on going there today. See if I can get close enough here. A lot of people more adventurous than me here. I ain't jumping up on the railing, pardon me. Here's an even better look at that Hornblower, wow. Yeah, I was hoping I'd catch a connection, but it's not happening, so forgive me. Be about the worst job you've ever seen on a live stream for a host keeping up with the chat, but maybe when I get over to the other side there where the zip line and everything is, maybe I'll find something over there I can use. Why do I feel like it's getting closer and closer? Niagara Falls is just a beautiful, beautiful city. And we've got lots and lots of hotels, things like that. That Tower Hotel, I want to definitely stay there. I think about starting another channel dedicated to Niagara Falls where I'll review all the hotels and restaurants and attractions and things like that. So we'll see how this stuff goes, and if everybody wants me to do it, then I will. But in the meantime, you can see how much stuff there is. There's 2 casinos. And then the Skylon Tower that I love talking about, that's got a revolving restaurant in it. I think it takes 90 minutes to go around. Kristen and I went there for our first New Year's together since we started dating almost 5 years ago. And we watched the fireworks from up there and everything else. It was great. You can see there's a lot going on behind that tree line. Tons and tons of these lookout things. Somebody making a few dollars there. Now that I'm kind of facing the United States, you can see they've got a couple of their own things going on so that you can see the falls, including this, it's like a lookout bridge, just for the purpose of being able to have a view, I'm assuming. I haven't been over there yet. And they got something down at the bottom there. I wonder if you could see that, right beside the American Falls. The Canadian Falls that we just passed is called the Horseshoe Falls. But the American Falls, I believe they're just called the American Falls. And then there's the little piece on the side to the right has its own name, but for the life of me, I don't remember what that is. Kristen knows better than I do. And the Rainbow Bridge off in the distance. So that's the border right there. Here goes Hornblower. They're taking off back to dock. They'll get probably a second boat going. Casino, Seneca Casino in Niagara Falls, New York is over there. You can see the top, I don't know how well you can see it, but the LED screens that they've got way up on the top of the building actually look like a slot machine, so it's kind of clever. Off in the distance in front of me, you see more hotels, another casino, and the Niagara Skywheel, which is part of Clifton Hill and all the attractions over there. I've done other live streams if you want to see that kind of stuff. I did a live stream just a week or two ago, and it was unfortunate because my phone was working in portrait mode, so a little bit tough to watch, but you do get to see everything. So as well, for those of you who did see it or are going to, that restaurant right there, we planned on eating the other day, and they didn't. We thought that it was open, so we went, but they just have a hot dog cart outside. Now apparently this area may have entered stage 3 by now. I've been off the news for a couple days, but it looks like people are eating up on a second level there, as well as down at the bottom where we were eating the other day. We just had these hot dogs. $7 for a hot dog. That didn't look like a $7 hot dog. Not that I would even know what a $7 hot dog looks like, but I guess now maybe I do. I came down here and did another stream once at night, and there's a helicopter off in the distance too. Look at how fast that thing goes. I do love helicopters. Hope I've got them that you can see. Look at the unbelievable speed. Kristen took me a few Valentine's Days ago for my first helicopter ride, which was a tour here in Niagara. That was exciting. We'll have to do it again because I was so unbelievably excited that I didn't get any footage because I didn't even know what we were doing until we pulled into the parking lot. And when we got there and I saw the sign for where we were, I was, it was almost like a nervous, boyish excitement, and I couldn't hold myself together to even take a lot of pictures. We got a couple pictures of ourselves, but not a lot of footage from inside the helicopter. I'm just gonna park again for a second here. Let's look at, see that mist again coming off of those falls. Unbelievable. I'm just trying to catch a Wi-Fi connection if I can. There was one, I thought it was over there at that Queen Victoria place with the restaurant that I just mentioned. And try Maid of the Mist again. No. Trying for the life of me to catch something. I'm not gonna go all the way over there and then find out that's not gonna work. So we'll just keep doing what we're doing, and like I said, when we get closer to the zip lines and stuff, maybe we'll find something over there. Now the sun is kind of getting through the clouds there. You can see on the American Falls starting to move. I'm hoping that we get these rainbows. We got them every time I've been down here for the good weather. The rainbows look like they follow you, but they're full too. You see the whole thing. It's not like just a piece or anything because of the mist. It's really something to see. Over there where we're headed, I guess those, I don't know what you call them, trams or something like that, that are taking people back up after the, oh, they're bringing people down to the Hornblower, but then as well, I'm assuming they're doubling up so that people can go to the zip line as well and get back up the hill. When we've been down here before, we didn't see as many carts as we see right now with food and refreshments or whatever you want to call it. Getting to have a better look at that Rainbow Bridge too now that we're getting a little bit closer. Yeah, they've just got some basic stuff here. Ice cream and stuff like that, I'm assuming. Much better look at the American Falls now. But isn't that unique because the sun is halfway stuck behind the clouds there. See, there's still people down here and it's busy if you want to call it that, but nothing like what you'd expect on a Saturday and Sunday, even for a long weekend. That's kind of why I chose the time to do this. It's just after 2 in the afternoon for me here, and that means by the time we're done streaming, it should be somewhere between 3 and 4 o'clock. I'll go as long as I can. We'll plug in, make sure we got good battery and stuff like that. Usually lasts about 2 hours when I do that. I never get tired of this place. I haven't been down here as much as you might think, though, considering I've been living here for, well, it's 4 years, I guess, now, right? And been down here like a ton of times before that, living in Toronto and this and that. There goes another hot hornblower. As I said, you know, there's people down here, this or that, but it's not that hard to social distance. A few people have masks. I have one on me if I need it. I don't know whether I'm gonna go in anywhere or not. Thought about maybe, but we'll see. See what everybody thinks. Forgive me everyone for not welcoming you in. I really do appreciate you watching, but I can't for the life of me read the chat right now. So I'm kind of doing this somewhat blind. If I can catch an internet connection from my other phone, I'll get on there and try to do a little bit of a better job. But right now we're just walking. We walked from the Canadian Falls to past the American Falls here, like I was talking about. Pretty soon we're going to be at the zipline launch. That's something we've got planned for a little bit later in the summer. Lots of helicopters today, as a matter of fact. I think that's the third or fourth one just since we started. So it looks like Maid of the Mist and Hornblower just take turns going over into the falls. There's another Maid of the Mist on the way, or that's the one. I don't know. Can't figure out whether they're working with multiple watercraft or not. At some point I got to take you to see the jet boats too. I went on that one day, and that's a wild ride. They don't come down here close to the falls though, but they go out around the corner, kind of in the direction that we're headed, if I'm right. I've been there, but a long time ago. You see that piece of wood or whatever that is in the middle of the water there? Stood here and stared at that for like 5 straight minutes the other day, thinking it was another boat because the water moved so fast by it, but wrong about that. Hornblower free Wi-Fi, maybe. I don't know what that other green boat is. And look what they got. Those are like those, I don't know what you call these either. Those 2 little gray, they're like dinghy boats or something like that. They use them in Grand Theft Auto and G.I. Joe and stuff like that. Oh, look at this. There we go. Is that cool or what? Sometime this summer we'll get that done. Here's the Hornblower dock. trying to catch their Wi-Fi. Maybe I can say something useful during this hour-long stream. Park myself again in a second here to see if I can catch something. You can almost see both falls from where I am now. I mean, yeah, there we go. Not really a great place to put my phone down here. Isn't that horrifying? I'd like to rest it for a quick second. But we'll see. So as I keep saying, forgive me for not keeping up with everything in the chat or for not welcoming you. I really do appreciate every minute that you spend watching anything that I'm doing. I can't read the chat today. It's just I'm using a phone that's really, really small. Finally, I got Streamlabs Mobile working for the first time. But the text is smaller than I thought it was going to be. So I'm having a bit of trouble. Here's the restaurant that I want to go and look at too. Now, I'm going to go and talk to them, but I'm hoping that what we'll do next time is come down here and then just eat at that restaurant, or at least just hang out. I mean, we'll eat, of course, but you can imagine the view you've got. I went down there last time on the stream, but I'll take a look down there right now so that you can see what I'm talking about. They got other gift shops and stuff like this as well here. We got a bit of a breeze here, but the heat from the sun is something else too. This is back the way we came. Skyline Tower up over the zip line there. So let's go downstairs. Here's a sign for what we're doing. I'll come back up in a second. Now, washrooms here. The restaurant, gift shop at least. Yeah, this is where I came down the other day. I was looking at those tables. So we can come down here. Maybe what I'd like to do next week is we'll come down, but we'll plan for it, right? We'll make a reservation. We'll come down here and sit, like even right here. Look at the view we'll have. There's something else.
me and Karim are going.
أنا كمان أنا
Oh,
كمان.
لا me and Karim خلاص go.
Assuming that the photo gallery is for the zip line. Gonna see if it's okay that oh, mask must be worn upon entry. I'll get my mask out. We'll see about going in there. I just have a medical mask today, nothing fancy. It'll do the job. I'm just gonna ask him. Oh, it doesn't. There it goes. It's opening. I gotta get to somebody right away though. Not there's much staff here. I'll try to get through. Hi there. Hi, sorry, I'm live on YouTube. Is it okay? Okay, thank you. I just wanted to at least ask, right? Thank you. They had tons and tons of stuff in here. If I stay in here too long, I'll go home broke. I got into this habit of buying keychains everywhere that I went. These keychains? Oh, that's different. Okay. Because when you go into gift shops like this, you know, sometimes you're taken aback by where you are and this and that, and what wouldn't I want to buy in here? So I try to limit myself a little bit. How cool are those hockey jerseys? Tons and tons of stuff here. I can't imagine this is my first time in this particular gift shop ever. But if I was here ever, I don't remember. And plushies and dream catchers. There's all the good Canadian stuff, right? Maple syrup and special cookies and all that. Lots of water bottles. You need those this summer, that's for sure. I can't think of anything that they don't have. There's more keychains and stuff. See if I can catch, oh, maybe I can catch this restaurant too. It was closed the other day when I got here. Weirdest thing, they only stay open until 4. I don't know why they're not doing dinner, but maybe they just don't anyway. I hadn't been here before. I'm just going to see what I can do about trying to read the chat again for a second if I can park myself for just a moment. Alright, we might be in business finally. Oh, forgive me. Oh, Chris, you've sent a super chat. I'm so sorry I didn't see that earlier. Thank you. Thank you very much, Chris. That's very much appreciated. Of course, not necessary. I know me and Jeff say that all the time. But thank you very much for that. I'm going to have to see if I can find a way to catch up on what you said. Maybe you intended on something specific. So it looks like I'm going to be able to catch up on the chat here a little bit. Thank you. And Do It All Ceiling, Jeff, thank you for sending another $5. For So forgive me, everybody, because I can only scroll so far back, and I know I've been walking around a while, but pretty saucy, thanks for coming in. PA, I know I welcomed you earlier. Us Never Them, thanks for supporting me again. It is super beautiful. I never get tired of this down here. Thanks so much, Chris. Thank you very much for this. Dan is in the house again. Dan, did you DJ a wedding at the Skylon Tower? Is that what you're talking about? Or here at the Grandview? Luckily, my love Kristen is in the chat as well. Kristen and Kira are off filming on their own in another area. Sheen's Life, thanks for coming in. Oh, you're going to be here tomorrow? Are you just staying for the day? If you want, I got to run Tuber Chat. I'm doing my Tuber Chat streams on my other channel later this weekend. So they're all around like the dinner hour. But if you're going to be around, Kristen and I, even Kira, would probably love to come and meet up with you for a quick second if you want to do a quick collaboration. Yeah, the food carts are just the new thing that I saw today. Ziplining. Sheen's Life, we're thinking about it. I don't know if you know Mr. Joshi. He's one of the other YouTubers that came into Tuber Chat a couple of weeks ago, or I guess it's been months by now. And we talked about doing the zipline. We're planning on doing it a little bit later in August. Ace Flot, thanks for coming in. Mama Little Gistol, thanks for coming in as well. Brighton Billy. It's not that Brighton Billy, that one is nicer than the other, but because what I'm staring at right now is the American Falls, right? And the Canadian Falls is just off on the side over there, but we're on the Canadian side. So let me show you this lookout bridge that they've got. On the American side, I haven't been to it yet, but that lookout bridge is what they have to look. But for us, I mean, we get to stare at the whole thing. So that's why the Canadian side is called the honeymoon capital of the world. It's a very, very popular honeymoon destination, vacation destination. Thanks, Josh in La La Land, for coming in. My BS Life, thanks for coming in as well. Thank you, Ace Flaw, for the thumbs up. Brighton Billy, I'm never there Friday to Monday. I only work with Jeff at his place on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That's why I don't run, for those of you who know what Tuber Chat is, that's why I don't run my second channel during the week, only on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday when I'm home. Georgia Bulldogs, a lot of things do in gift shops cost more than we imagine that they probably should. I mean, you could buy the same sweater at Old Navy for half the price, right? But the difference is they've got their copyrights and patents and everything else on their logos and their trademarks and all that. But as well, the the location, what it probably costs them here in rent to hold their shop together has to be much more expensive than most other places. Be More Ron, great to see you in the house. Impressions DJ is a wedding DJ, a friend of mine for like the longest time, who DJ'd a wedding at the Grandview restaurant, which is where I'm sitting or standing right now. Jeffrey Orvis, thanks for coming in. Izzy's Life Vlogs, thanks for coming in as well. So forgive me, everybody, that I didn't welcome when you came in. I couldn't for the life of me read the chat. I got a Wi-Fi connection here on a second phone that I use for the chat, but my hotspot wasn't working for the longest time. And I really hate doing a bad job, but at least we're out streaming, right? So I'm just gonna go back up the way we came. And this is what, there's the restaurant that we're talking about that Dan DJ'd at one point. And Kristen and Kira and I might come down here next week just to come to this place and sit and have a meal and enjoy that view, either next Friday or Monday. Pretty basic what they're saying here. That's what we can expect next week if we do. Oh, more helicopter. Handful of people here, but that's just because we're at the intersection where Clifton Hill meets. I'm gonna have to take a second to plug into its battery time. Look at that car, wow. Lots of those down here. There's an enthusiast club. I don't know much about it, but here in Niagara Falls, and they meet up and they all bring their cars and hot rods and everything else. A lot of motorcycles in Niagara too. There's Clifton Hill. So in my other streams, I've gone up there. The last one that I did went up there as well. So you can have a look at that. I'll have a look at this gift shop over here in a second. Pop-up shop. See what they got going on. I got to find a place to plug in here without losing my phone. Let's see if I can stand somewhere with a little bit of a better view for you while I plug in. Up on Clifton Hill there, they've got these passes that you can buy, and I forget for the life of me how much they are. They're not too expensive considering, but you can do like 5 activities with one pass, so it's cool. Niagara Falls is it's a small little area. It's really not that big, but you can't do it in one day. I think a long weekend would be the minimum. Gotta find somewhere to just sit down for a second here. Give you guys something a little bit nicer to look at while I plug in. The phone for a second, so hopefully I don't knock it all over the place. You see the zip line? So I don't even know how they get back up. You can imagine what that American Falls looks like in the winter when it's covered in ice and snow and everything, frozen. Oh, it's not going to reconnect. Do what I can here. Hoping it would just connect itself. So I'm hoping that we're back then. I don't know what I did that I cut the stream, but I guess everybody's been buffering for the last who knows how long. I can only assume that it's back until our other thing catches up here. Oh, I'm offline, that's why. This one's offline. Okay, I have to assume that I'm up. I can't catch my internet connection on my other phone again now, so forgive all my complaining. But anyway, it looks like we're back together here, and that means I can't read the chat until I can pick up a internet connection again. when I get back over here closer to the Grandview restaurant, I should be able to get the same connection I had back. We're upstairs now, so that restaurant that I was talking about is directly underneath me right now. And the places where everybody was sitting, enjoying that view. Now that I'm closer, we'll see if I can pick that connection back up. Trying the first guest network I can find, see if I can get back in the chat here. I appreciate everybody's patience, especially with buffering and this and that. But it is just a gorgeous day. And the breeze that is happening is not cool, but it's enough to just keep you from like dying of heat, let's say. Let's walk again a little bit. See if I can find somewhere that I can get to connect. There's another. Look at that skylon tower and everything. If I can catch the shade, maybe I can get into this thing a little bit. Look at that. Oof. I don't like heights very much. See if I can catch Hornblower's Wi-Fi now. Alright, looks like I'm back. Pardon me, wow. Oh, Thailand Mick, thanks for coming in, bud. Forgive me, I'm just barely getting back to the chat now. I've had so many internet issues. I don't have a connection on the thing where I'm trying to read the chat from. Fun Size Production, always good to have you in. D Turner Gaming, I appreciate all the support you give me, so thank you very much. Wayne Stock, thank you very much for coming in and letting me know that I'm online. For the life of me, I can't read the chat. I use a phone that's so small. I'm going to upgrade soon, but my vision is just not what it once was, and this and that. So forgive me, everybody, for not keeping up in the chat better. Dan, what, you want to come down for zipline or what? Is that what you're talking about? LMB Johansson, thank you very much for reminding everybody to thumbs up. Yeah, if you haven't already, then please do. It really does help the stream. I know if you're on a phone, you have to turn the chat off for a second, but you don't lose your place, and it only takes a moment. So I'll appreciate it if you can do it. Look at these boats that just keep going. I had not until recently seen them go like right into the falls like that. You could have told me 100 times and I still would not have understood. But it's something else. Wow. Yeah, guy, indeed. Dan wants to come down for zipline. That's cool. There's so much to see around here, you know, and like I said, on the American side, I mean, they got more river and rapids and a couple of bridges over there and this and that. I'm gonna have to learn the significance of that stuff. But you've got the casino there. That's Seneca Casino in Niagara Falls, New York, and we're staring right at the border. That's where we cross. Like, I've probably been over there 150 times at least. And there's the Rainbow Bridge with a beautiful Canadian flag. We're just at the zipline tower right now, where you know, I guess you go to get ready for this and that. I've only been ziplining once. I went in Blue Mountain, which is another kind of tourist area in Ontario, which is the province I live in Canada. And it's a ski town, but they have lots of activities in the summer. So we hope to get back there because we had a really good time. And ziplining was just a small part of it. Here's where we go to get our tickets for Hornblower. Lots of ticket areas for them. I see Ellen B. Johansson saying hi to Yasmin. Did Yasmin come in? Thank you if you're here and I can't see. You got so much park area available here too, right? And hopefully I'm giving you a little bit of a look at that Niagara Skywheel. That's in Clifton Hill, which is, I did last week a stream over there, so you can have a look at that. I'll go back eventually. I just want to show different things every time I come down here, but today I wanted to focus on the falls. I'm very lucky because the weather is just unbelievable. It's hot, don't get me wrong, but it's not like, you know, crazy. You can still survive the day. I know I say it 100 times. Look at the mist coming off of the falls over there. Never ceases to amaze me. Chris, it's 3 p.m. Am I hungry? Now, you know what? We just wolfed down a quick sandwich before we took off for the day. To come down here for a couple hours, but I actually planned the time of this so that we would be home just in case I'm down here until 4 o'clock. Then the traffic won't be horrible, not that it ever is anyway, but we can get home and have some kind of a decent dinner. Kristen has something planned before I have to run my second live stream today on my other channel. Chris loves food. I'm gonna have to so what I'm planning, Chris, I don't know how long you've been in here, and I appreciate the super chat from earlier, so thank you very much, and forgive me for missing that, please. But when we come back down here, hopefully next week, we're gonna sit at that Grand View restaurant that I just looked at with the view right to the falls, and then we'll have a nice bunch of meals, and we'll have a look at what they got going on there. I'm just gonna pass a couple of carts here. I don't know if they have hot dogs or what they have. Looks like just ice cream and potato chips and stuff. I did see some hot dogs earlier. And you'll have to forgive me because even with, because I was so far behind and I couldn't catch an internet connection, I missed the whole chat. So I missed whatever you said in the super chat as well. So forgive me for that, please. Turner Gaming's been to Toronto. See, I love Toronto, right? Like, I was born there, grew up there, spent my whole life there, and it will always be home. And I really love Toronto as a city. I've been fortunate to see a good handful of cities, at least in the northeastern United States, and I do love Toronto. But since I moved down here with Kristen and Kira 4 years ago to Niagara, I have a lot of history in Niagara anyway, but since moving down here, I just love it. How could you not? You know, the tourist area doesn't get too crazy, and the town, like the city of Niagara Falls, is full of nice people. Kind of place where you go to the grocery store and people are like wishing you a nice day and stuff like that. Nobody's afraid of each other and all that kind of stuff. People give each other the nod, and you run into a few people here and there throughout the city, but it's not overwhelming that, you know, every time you buy a bag of tomatoes, you're getting phone calls and people want to know if you're having some crazy tomato party and they're not invited. Kira says she saw a hawk down here when we were here last week. I didn't quite see it, but it took off. I yelled at it wouldn't listen. See, they got carts here. Ice cream and drinks and stuff like that. I'm on my way back now to see if I can figure out where Kristen and Kira are. Still got another 5 minutes to go anyway. We park for another second here. There's those boats I was talking about. The one with where everybody's wearing red raincoats is the Hornblower. That's the Canadian, and the Maid of the Mist is over there, heading into the falls. Is the American Falls here. Camera right now, Dan, I have an original iPhone SE. It's not the new one that they came out with. It's the original from like 5 years ago. Oh, I'll go. So I dislike heights. You can't get me on a ladder because I fell once. It wasn't that bad. It was 17 feet or something like that. But I all but broke both my ankles and was on crutches for 6 months. That sucked. So I don't want to do that again. But it comes down to where is the height. Like, so if it's a zip line, forgive the way I'm going to put it, but they have insurance and stuff like that. So if somebody without such benefit asked me to get up on a ladder or something like that, I don't think it's happening, but I could manage when I'm in a corporate environment, let's say. So anyway, it's just an iPhone SE, but I'm using a gimbal that is called an IQ Motion. I think it's just called IQ Motion. I don't think they even have a model name. But I bought a DJI Osmo 3 and the Bluetooth wouldn't connect to the phone. So I brought it back. I just got it at Best Buy. I was impulsive or whatever. So I went back and I took it back and I said to the guy, I go, listen, this thing, you know, is it me? Because I should know what I'm doing. He's like, no, it's a problem. They know about it and this and that. Okay, fine. So I returned it and I didn't want to buy anything because I'm like, oh, now I got to research and pick which one I want. And the guy said, well, let me show you something. And you know what happens when a sales guy tells you that, right? So I ended up going and looking and I said, oh, but wait a second, I've seen this one online before. It's simple and it's only $100. The DJI Osmo was more like $250 or something like that. But I said, yeah, okay, let me take this one, and it's much simpler, but it works fine. It works perfectly. it doesn't have tons of features and stuff like that. Kristen got me a better gimbal for my GoPro, and I got Kristen a gimbal that's better than the one that I'm using here. But so forgive me, I know I'm behind in the chat again because I'm way off internet connection, so you'll have to forgive me for not keeping up. I know I'm doing the worst job today, but I'll just count on you to forgive me, and that's it. Here's our hot dog cart. This is what I was talking about earlier. I knew I said hot dog somewhere. And he's obviously got ice cream and probably drinks and things like that as well. It's interesting because it looks like it's run by Niagara Parks, not private. There's a look back at the American Falls, Casino Seneca. Now that we're past the tree line, we're getting a little closer to the Horseshoe Falls. I talked to these guys about finding a way to get an internet signal going right along this area. They're missing too much opportunity with people not being able to stream or have connections so they can get their Instagram pictures up quick or whatever. I know everybody's got phones, but it's not the worst idea in the world to have Wi-Fi running through a tourist area. And now I'm right beside that Queen Victoria place again. Yeah, gift shop and restaurant and all that. We'll just have a quick look. I'm just going to park again for 1 second here and see if I can catch a signal. Oh, forgive that too. It's too far off. I'll get the gimbal back in a second here. I'm plugged into a battery and I just yanked the cable. This says I'm connected. I gotta find some shade. I can't read without that. Nature Africa Explorers, thanks for coming in. Forgive me for not welcoming you earlier. And yeah, Waynestock, yes. So the Horseshoe Falls is the one with all the mist. The American Falls has mist, but it depends on the direction of the wind what happens with this. Right now the mist on the Horseshoe Falls, I'll get back to that in 1 second. It looks like it's going like straight in the air, right? Sometimes when the wind blows, it comes over so violently that the other day I did a nighttime live stream down here, and Kristen was trying to tell me like it's just the mist, it's just the mist, but I was convinced it was raining because it was so heavy. D Turner Gaming. Ace Flaw, always good for you to hang out so long. Oh no, Waynestock, I'm just reading your comment here. Oh wow. Yeah, that's not fun. I was very, very lucky when I fell. This story might sound ridiculous, but the ladder that I was climbing, I thought it was leaning against a pipe, but it was, which is bad enough, but it was leaning against a cable or a conduit or something like that. And so when I climbed, as I got a little bit higher and higher, by the time it shook the first time, it was already breaking the wire and falling straight forward. So if you can imagine, I fell straight down onto my feet. So there's a lot worse that it could have been, of course. I probably got off easy for what had happened, but keeps me off ladders. Carolyn Eats All, thanks for coming in. So I'll keep moving. I'll probably lose my connection again. You'll forgive me if you don't mind, and I'll catch up to chat again after. Kristen and Kira were originally beyond that structure that we see in front of us there. That's Table Rock. And then parking is on the other side. That's where our vehicle is and this and that. But they were over there filming because Kristen wanted to catch some more Niagara Falls footage. She just put out a video. She's been doing a lot more than I have for videos lately. She went to Dufferin Islands. She did just the it's not the falls, I forget what she called it. Yeah, forgive me, I don't remember, but you see how the falls, like the water is falling over the waterfall. Up on the top, all of that area, Kristen was filming up there. I can't for the life of me remember what she called it. It's not the gorge or something like that, or scow or something. But she's down here doing a bit more of that while I'm doing this. I just wanted to come down again and have a good look at the falls themselves because, you know, I'm trying to do a different thing every time I come down. Look, actually, here they are right here. Hi, everyone. Kira wants to say hi to D Turner Gaming and Carolyn Eats All and Wayne Stock and Dan and... Are you filming or what are you doing? Oh, am I ruining it by talking? Oh, good. Look, oh, now this is the closest that they get. That's the closest I've seen yet. What kind of skill does it take to be able to not make a mistake down there, steering that boat? My goodness.
It's hot out.
Oh, see, that's just a gimbal because I pulled the cord again. Just press a button and it comes back to life. Oh, Wingstock, you had a better experience than me. It is a beautiful day, Carolyn Eats All. Today's gorgeous. Now, it's unfortunate because I don't know why, but we can't see any rainbows. And a couple of other times I've been down here to film this stuff, and one of the days you could see complete rainbows around both falls because of the mist, and you see like the full rainbow. It's gorgeous, and it looks like it follows you and everything else, right? Might be right, Georgia Bulldogs. Yeah, these guys have to. They got a few though, eh? Like they've got, look at how many boats they have. So on the right hand side is the United States, of course, so Maid of the Mist is over there, and on the left side, the one where everybody's wearing the red raincoats, those are Hornblower. I don't know what the green ones are. The ones with the green paint on the side. Those are also American?
So the boats with the green are the new boats for the Maid of the Mist. Maid of the Mist is USA and
Right.
Hornblower is Canada.
Okay, so they are made of the mist.
Yeah.
It's just they're newer, yeah. So they got a few. They got at least 3 boats going over there, and Hornblower I think has 3 as well. But they take turns, obviously, right? It takes a minute to dock and
Can you see over there
Yeah.
where everybody can walk out?
yeah.
So that's their version of Table Rock, the same that we have
Oh.
here. And then you have the step out, the lookout down there with all the steps.
Right. We don't have that though, right? We don't have something like that.
We have Journey Behind the Falls.
Right.
Where you go down and below. I think it's
We'll have
just
to do
below
that
us.
too. There's a Table Rock again. There's the hotels. And that tower hotel that I was talking about, eventually I want to get in there and see what that's like. And when I turn a little bit more, get back over to, I love talking about the Skylon Tower, that revolving restaurant up there. I don't know if Journey Behind the Falls is open yet or not. Oh, look what's down there though. Is that it? There's people down there with yellow raincoats. All right, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate all the time that you've spent. As we grow and follow more and more creators, it becomes harder and harder to support everybody as much as we all might like. So I appreciate every moment you can spend here with me. And in just a few hours from now, Tuber Chat is going to run. If you have a small YouTube channel and you want to get some more friends and family members to connect with you, then Tuber Chat is easy to find, and we stream 4 times a week. Other than that, I will look forward to seeing you again from KevinK.com. So thanks again, everyone. They're gone. I think I closed it.
It's like, I said hi. I just focused myself. I was looking at it.
Let me just make sure though. Oh, here, I didn't end it. Can you read that? Press end stream.
Finish event, keep event, and
Yep,
cancel.
finish event.